kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
You have just tuned in to the Mag Nerd Podcast, your home for everything in music, anime, and gaming. What is up, guys? Show Enough the King here, back with another video, and today it is time for my top 10 Marvel Legends figures of 2021. Yes, it has been a great year. There have been many Marvel Legend figures purchased, and it's time for me to wrap things up for the end of the year. So, this list is my favorite to do next to my top 10 overall action figures. Now, before we get started, let's make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have bell notifications on so that you are always updated with the most recent and current information on my channel, and it definitely helps my channel grow more. Almost at 2,000 subscribers, so please subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Also, if you guys have not had an opportunity to check out my other recent videos, I will put a link to them in the description below. I already did my top 10 McFarlane action figures of 2021, and I also uploaded my top 10 G.I. Joe classified figures of 2021. Now, in regards to the Marvel Legends list, quick rules. The releases have had to been released in 2021. Build-A-Figures or deluxe figures do not, they do count, so it doesn't matter if it's a Build-A-Figure, if it's deluxe figure, MCU, or comic-based. This is just basically any Marvel Legend branded figure that was released in 2021 that I thought was memorable. Alright, so that's about it. So, before we get into the top 10, let's get into honorable mentions. All right, and here we are with a few honorable mentions. Again, these are just figures that were very close to making it on my top 10, but just barely missed it. First, we have the Scarlet Witch from the WandaVision TV show. This is definitely the best Scarlet Witch we've gotten from Marvel Legends, whether it's comic or MCU, the interpretation. If you just take a quick look at this face sculpt, it is absolutely amazing. It looks just like Elizabeth Olsen. This is, it doesn't get much better than this. Like, honestly, the hair, the shading. The only reason why I didn't have it on the list is simply because it just didn't have the any extra effect pieces to it. It was just simply the figure itself, and for me, there were just other figures that are on the list that added those details. Also, we have the Endgame Thor. Again, this was another figure that was super close to getting on the list. Again, if you go to that photorealistic quality technology that Hasbro has been using, this looks exactly like Liam Hemsworth. Again, it came with the both Mjolnirs, and again, it's just a fantastic figure. Just very close to making it on the list. And then we have the Age of Apocalypse Iceman. This is the best, hands down, interpretation of Iceman that we have. I like the other one from the 90s, Jim Lee style, but that one was just very plain. It didn't come with like separate hands like this one did, and I have ice effects, and the ice effects that I have just match this one perfectly. If we can get another 90s inspired Iceman in this color palette, I'd be very happy, but for right now, I'm completely content with this Iceman, and that's why they made it on my honorable mentions. And finally, we have Cyber, a figure that I have been waiting for the longest time, and this thing came out great. The only issue that I have, the size of the body is great. They even have shading in this outfit. I just wish that we could have gotten like some sort of effect pieces, like his neurotoxin, or I don't know exactly how to pinpoint it, because again, at the end of the day, Cyber was just a basic character, and outside of that, I don't know what more they could have added, but I just can't put my finger on it. I just wish they could have added something. But again, it came in the Wolverine 5-pack, so there wasn't much room to add anything else. But I do think if they release this again later on, they can probably add in something a little bit more to make it stand out. But again, it was a very good release, and that's why I made it on my honorable mentions. So with those out of the way, let's get into this top 10. All right, coming in at number 10, we have Doc Strange from the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. This Doctor Strange came out of nowhere. Well, it didn't come out of nowhere, but for me, this is my first Doctor Strange, and I thought he was a excellent release. As far as articulation was solid with accessories. He comes with the Eye of Agamotto. He comes with the attachable cape. He also comes with regular hands, and he comes with the magic effect hands. So you guys know, for me, I'm a sucker for effect pieces, so it's a no-brainer why he made it on his list. And also, again, because of the photorealistic technology that Hasbro has been implementing, it looks just like Benedict Cumberbatch, and it just is an amazing figure. Again, I love the details in his actual outfit, and again, the effect pieces are stunning. That's why I made it on this list, and that's why it is number 10. Okay, coming in at number 9, we have the deluxe Marvel Legends Thanos. I know, Thanos has just been tearing it up in Marvel Legends over the past couple of years. Quite honestly, this is my 4th or 5th Thanos. I believe if we're talking about comic Thanos, this is my 2nd. But in Thanos, if you can include MCU, it's probably well over 4 or 5. But this is just such a cool figure, and they actually managed to do something different this time around. So it's another reason why I had to have it on this list. The extra head sculpt, the old man Thanos, as I like to call him, head sculpt. I mean, this thing is amazing. The paint apps, the articulation. It's just a really, really solid figure. And again, it just take a look close up of it. It just really screams Infinity Gauntlet to me, and like what I used to play Marvel superheroes. This Thanos was just represented so well, except for the head sculpt, because that's the one that I have on there. But again, this is such a good figure, and why I had to get the number 9 spot. Okay, coming in at number 8, we have the Marvel Legends Retro Ultron. Whew! Man, that vac metal, it just looks really, really nice. It's a basic figure, but once you actually just look into the details, it's just so well done. It's a nice, clean paint apps. The articulation is amazing. The pinless technology, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, and of course that Kirby crackle. I just had to have it. It was just something that I was missing from my collection up until this point. All I ever had was like the MCU Ultron, which is not a bad figure, but it just didn't really hit those points that I missed. And then when this one was released and when it was announced, I just had to have it, especially again for that Kirby crackle. Again, you can see right here, it is just so well done. The details are just fantastic, and again, I just had to have it on my top 10 list, and that is why. Okay, coming in at number 7, we have the Marvel Legends Retro Spider-Man Wave Black Cat. This was a figure that was released back in January 2021, so it does count. This is a figure that I was really, really looking forward to. I think it was announced back in October of 2020, and then it ended up getting released January 2021. This Black Cat is very, very true and faithful to the 90s cartoon show, and I was very happy that Marvel Legends decided to actually go ahead and do the proportions with this thing correctly. Again, I'll take it off the stand so you can get a closer look. Again, the head sculpt is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, looks just like Felicia. Her body proportions in her skin-tight outfit look amazing, which is a testament to Marvel Legends for not, skimping back, because I know a lot of new policies and things, they try to, make women look like cardboard, like straight flat boards, but, in the cartoon and in the actual comic book, Felicia was very voluptuous, and I'm happy that Marvel Legends decided to go ahead and represent that as far as in her character for the actual action figure. She also comes with the whip, and she actually comes with the Black Cat. So again, I'm a sucker for accessories. So again, that is why she made it on the top 10 list and why she got the number 7. All right, coming in at number 6, we have Mr. Proton Cannon himself. We have the Marvel Legends Retro Modular Iron Man. Now, this is a figure that is near and dear to my heart. This was the figure that first introduced me to Iron Man back in the 90s with the video games, Marvel Superheroes. This figure is a perfect facsimile of that character. Again, you have the shiny reds. It's almost like that nail polish red. You have the golds that look really good. The articulation on this thing is amazing. He's very base as far as of the accessories, but as far as like the impact that it had on me this year, it is very, very high. I can even take him off the stage and you can go ahead and see just how well done this figure is. I mean, it is the apex of what Iron Man comic book version should look like. And again, I had to have him on this list, and that's why he made the top. All right, guys, we are at the halfway point. Coming in at number 5, I had to go mobile. We have the Marvel Legends HasLab Sentinel. God damn. I mean, this thing is sitting pretty in my DTOF. It actually ended up taking 2 shelf spaces. It doesn't even have all the figures. I have some of my Prime Sentinels in another DTOF. But this thing is an absolute beast. It is the biggest Marvel Legends figure to date, except for, for Marvel Legends until Galactus comes out. Definitely made my number 5 spots. It has great articulation. Despite having some people have some issues with the knees, mine did not have that problem. It came with multiple accessories, 3 different heads. It came with 2 tentacles. Again, it came with a damaged hand. I mean, this thing was just an absolutely amazing figure. Again, if you are a Marvel Legends fan, you definitely need to have this in your collection. For me, and that's why I made it in the number 5 spot. Coming in at number 4, we have the comic Red Skull from Marvel Legends. Whew! This was a figure that just came out of nowhere. Like, I didn't think I wanted it. Like, again, I am familiar with Red Skull. I was familiar with him mostly in the MCU. Even back in the day, I wasn't really, when I was reading comics, I was mostly on to like X-Men. I didn't really read Captain America that much, so I wasn't really like associated with Red Skull. So when I picked this thing up, I was so shocked at how much I enjoyed it, how much I enjoyed the details, the accessories, the articulation, that this thing was just absolutely incredible. Let's take a look at it. So if you bring this thing up, you can see the detail that was put into this figure and the accessories. He comes with 2 head sculpts. He comes with multiple hands. He comes with this fantastic, like, neo-Nazi style pistol. He even comes with the Cosmic Cube. I mean, this thing is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Honestly, if not for the other action figures on this list, he could have actually been higher. Like, he could have very easily became number 1. But again, just because of the other figures that are on this list, I had to have him put somewhere, and he had to end up in the number 4 spot. Okay. Coming in at number 3, we have Riri Williams, aka Ironheart. God damn, look at that head sculpt. Look at that head sculpt. Woo! All right, guys, I'm geeking out. All right, so let's talk about it. All right, so this was a figure that when I saw it released and I saw the product stills or the digital composite photos that Hasbro did, I told myself I was going to get this figure no matter what. I know there were people who were hating on Riri, that she even is a character that exists. I don't care about that. I want to see figures that are represented well, that are from the actual comics, that are brought to Marvel Legends and done well. And this thing met all those criteria. Again, the effect pieces that she comes with have not been seen from Marvel Legends before. As you can see, the little cloud jet boost from her legs. You can put them on her legs. You can put them on her arms. She comes with the same repulsor effects, multiple hands. She comes with that, her civilian head, as you can see, and it comes with the Iron Man head, the actual helmet. This thing is freaking phenomenal. Honestly, again, like I said, if not for the other figures that are on this list, this thing could have easily been number one or higher. I mean, look at that head sculpt. Look at that. That is a beautiful black woman right there, y'all. Beautiful black woman. And I mean, she will not be besmirched on my page. It's like, no, this was an amazing figure. And again, the reason why I got the number 3 spot. Coming in at number 2, we have the Marvel Legends Infinity Saga Ironmonger. God damn. This figure, let me tell you guys, this figure was so good. I mean, this thing just blew my socks off when it came out. It came as a deluxe box set. It came with Obadiah, but I don't even use Obadiah. He's just like fodder in this thing. And as far as I'm concerned, he's always in that suit. He will never be released from that suit. This is how I have him standing on my cabinet, on my in my man cave. This thing came with a host of accessories, a host of blast effects. Look at these blast effects. Look at the bullets being ejected from his minigun. I've never seen that done from Marvel Legends before. This thing, it even has like the smoking arm on the smoking cannon effect. It's, oh my God. Let's take this thing off the stand real quick. Look at the articulation. The articulation is here. He has individual moving pistons. So when you move the arm, the piston actually moves in his arm on the shoulder pad, just so that it doesn't hinder any sort of real articulation. You can see here we have like that nice, like, the only thing that could have been missing is that maybe the arc reactor would be glowing. But we even have here like a nice hard plastic, so you can see on the inside. It's not like a painted thing. It's actually like a molded piece. Again, this is an amazing figure, right down to the rockets that are colored. They could have just made those gray, and they actually had those like yellow tips with the red on the side. Like, this thing is amazing, an amazing figure. I have no gripes about it. I actually was going to put the Hydra Stomper on this list, but because the articulation of the Hydra Stomper was so bad, it didn't even make the list at all. Like, that Hydra Stomper, despite being a great figure, the articulation just ruined it for me. So again, this does not have the same issues as the Hydra Stomper. It stands on its own as like amazing figure 2021, and that's why I got the number. All right, guys, you shouldn't be surprised. Coming in at number 1, we have the Colossus Age of Apocalypse Build-A-Figure from 2021, not including Shadowcat. I just love this little pose that I had him in, so I figured I'd just go ahead and put him on the stand as it was showing on my shelf. This figure is from the X-Men Apocalypse Wave 2 that came with Sabretooth, that came with the Iceman that was on my honorable mentions. This figure is a goddamn masterpiece. It is incredible. The arms, the legs, the coloring, just the representation of how it looks for the X-Men, the bandana. I mean, this figure is, and it needs to be in everyone's collection if you're a fan of Colossus. And again, I put this above the deluxe Colossus from the 2-pack with Colossus and Juggernaut. I put this above the Colossus that we got from Marvel Select. This is the new definitive Colossus. Now, if we can get, honestly, I don't know what else they could have added to make this figure any better. I mean, this is a direct look of how he looked in Age of Apocalypse. And again, I just have no issues with this thing at all. Like, this is an amazing, amazing, amazing figure, and why I got my number 1 spot for 2021. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this list. Thank you so much for the support. Make sure you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit bell notifications, and I will see you in the next video, which will be the top 10 overall action figures of 2021. Meaning Mafex, meaning Amazing Yamaguchi, Marvel Legends could pop up in there. This is just overall my top 10 action figures in general of 2021. See you guys soon. Peace.